around 50% of all violent crime is committed under the influence of alcohol. Statistics also indicate a similar link between alcohol consumption, domestic violence, and sexual assault. That was the research, and there's more and more. The study proves that there is, that's the one I was going to show you, alcohol use and the burden. Okay, the study proves that there is zero net benefit in alcohol. Literally. So alhamdulillah, when Allah, brother Tanyu, when Allah legislates something, no doubt, like I said, when Allah tells us to stay away from it, either has a pure evil or the benefit of it is a way lesser than the harm. I'll show you when we turn away from God's legislation, what will happen to us. Look at the contradiction that we live in our countries. So they say alcohol is allowed, yeah? But drugs, cocaine is not allowed, yeah? So basically I can be a drug dealer outside the shop off license. Both us we selling products that cause harm, and because of these products people commit violence. I can get arrested for selling my product, and the shopkeeper will not be arrested.
Like cigarettes?
No, for cigarettes is lesser. I'm talking about alcohol, which majority of crimes because of alcohol. Yes?
Yeah.
And now, so the question you ask yourself, hang on. Both products, alcohol and drugs, cause the same harm. Rather, in some situations, alcohol is worse. So why alcohol is allowed in our country and drugs is not allowed? Do you know why? Because alcohol has high taxes. We make money from it. That's what Allah mentioned in the Quran. That if the truth follow people's desires, the heavens and the earth will be corrupted. But when people legislate something, they have desires. They have evil intention. But when Allah legislates something, it's a pure good. And there is no evil desires and there is no evil intention. But when humans legislate something, they end up contradicting themselves, generally speaking. All right? I'll give you another example. When we turn away from God's legislation, in this country, in Italy, in our countries around the world, or in countries around the world, we teach our youth, do not carry knives, do not carry guns, don't shoot at each other, yes, don't smoke drugs. Okay, that's understandable, which is good. But on the other hand, we bring singers to the country, we give them ridiculous money. At the same time, those singers, what do? They glorify disrespecting women, they glorify smoking drugs, they glorify gangs violence, and so on. And you allow the youth to go there. So in one hand, you say to the youth, do not carry knives. On the other hand, you bring in the singers to the country, give them ridiculous money, they're getting paid more than the doctors who save people's lives by Allah's permission. That's contradiction. That's why in Islam there is a principle. When we say, I'm not sure if you heard this before, Daniel. We say Islam is valid and is good in every place and in every time. What do we mean by that? Because Islam has the principles that apply to every situation. Like for example, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ's lifetime, there is no verse in the Quran that said do not smoke cigarettes. But what there is in the Quran, Allah told us to not harm ourselves. So anything new comes out, we look at it. Is it going to harm us or benefit us? If the harm is greater, then there's a principle in the Quran. Our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "La darara wa la dirar." Do not harm yourself and do not harm others. And that leads me to something. Sorry, I'm speaking a lot, but I'll tell you something. That leads me to the marriage in Islam. You know, marriage in Islam, there is no really specific age. Of course, you cannot marry 2, 3, 4. No, but Islam have this principle that do not harm yourself and don't harm others. In some countries, like in Italy, 14 years old, you're allowed to get married. In France, 15. In Britain, 18. So you look at, are you going to harm the woman? Don't marry her. You're going to harm yourself? Don't do it. You understand? So this principle, we can apply to every situation. Make sense? You know, to show you that Prophet Muhammad was not a liar, alayhi salam. Let me give you two scenarios. One scenario, during his lifetime, alayhi salatu wasalam, his son passed away. He had a son called Abraham. So his companions, they were not familiar with eclipse. Okay? You know eclipse, yeah? Yeah. So his companions, as we say, tried to connect the dots. His son passed away, eclipse, so that's why there's eclipse. So Prophet Muhammad, if he was alive, alayhi he would have used that event of the eclipse to tell them, listen, you see, I'm a prophet of God. Look, because my son passed away, what God did to the sun and the moon. You know what he did? He said, no. When you see eclipse, go to pray to God. And this, what happened, has nothing to do with my life or anyone's life or anyone's death. So a liar will try to utilize any opportunity to back up his claim. Second scenario, Prophet Muhammad, he had a friend that he was married to a woman that he loved her so much. That woman left him. She said, I don't want to stay with you anymore. So Prophet Muhammad once was sitting with companions and they saw the man following her around. You know, he loved her crazy. Prophet Muhammad went to the woman who she believed that Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of Allah and she has to obey him because he's the messenger of Allah. So he came to her. He said to her, why don't you go back to your ex-husband? She said, oh messenger of Allah, are you commanding me as a messenger of Allah because I have to obey you because I'm Allah, or you are just trying to help? He said, no, I'm not commanding you as a messenger of Allah. I'm just trying to help. It's up to you to go back or leave him. I don't want to go back. Imagine if he was a liar, he would stay with his friend. He would say to her, listen, no, Allah told me, so go back and respect him. But show you this man, that's why one of our scholars, Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Hazm al-Zahiri, they said anyone who study the Prophet Muhammad's biography with sincerity and open mind, he will know that this man must be the messenger of God. Yeah. Do you have any question? Alaikum salam. Is that Portugal?
Portugal? No, PTA. Pakistan politics, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Alaikum salam, akhi. How are you? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Barakallah fik.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
You spoke about paradise before. I know that in the Quran it says that when I think maybe only the prophets, when they go to paradise, they have two maids or two wives, but the hadith say 72.
No, 72 virgins is not for it's for shaheed, a martyr. Someone who is fighting for the sake of Allah. Not someone, to make it clear, because I have to make it clear. When we say martyr, not someone put a bomb and kill innocent people or blew up himself. That's not fi sabilillah. This is not for the sake of Allah. This is for the sake of Satan. In a jihad with the enemies and dies as fighting for the sake of Allah, he will have 72 virgins, yes.
But
from Allah.
Are these real virgins or Islam is
T-Mobile.
is like
Or EE.
what?
You know EE? Virgin and EE? Okay. You know, they're not virgin, they're EE. They're real men, they're women from Jannah, paradise, and they're virgin. However, some scholars mention it could be more for a man.
But what if a woman dies in this way? Will she have 72?
No, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He created man and woman, Allah is just. And what is justice? To give everyone what he deserves. The woman's structure and nature is not to have more than one man. That's her nature. Even in around the world, if a man has more than one woman, people look up to him. If a woman has more than one man, people look down on her, because that's the nature of woman. So Islam is based upon justice. Because sometimes to be equal is injustice. To make that clear to you, if I'm at home and my wife, she's laying down next to me, and someone tried to rob us, I'm not going to look at my wife and say, listen, you have to stand up and fight him. No, it's my duty. Likewise, it's my duty to go out there and work and provide for my wife. And my wife sit at home as a queen, walking free, no one control her. You know, my wife is not at work, the man controlling her. What time she has to go bathroom, and what time she has not. And I'm not disrespecting the woman that work, because some woman has to go to work. But I'm showing the hypocrisy of some people who they try to look down on a woman that chooses to stay at home in her own place, free. She's free, no one controlling her. You understand? So I have to go work harder. I have to provide for her and so on, according to my ability. Yes, but for the woman, whatever for the woman, the scholars of Islam said, you know what, Allah never mentioned what is for women in the Quran in details, because a woman's nature to be shy. But no doubt Prophet Muhammad said, in paradise for men and women, what the eyes never seen, what the heart never thought of, what the ears never heard of. So for women, whatever they desires, but from the woman nature to not desire more than one man. Is known.
Like I have a Muslim friend, and this friend told me that they are not real virgins; they are maids. That's why I was asking. And
What do you mean? They're not wives, basically.
yeah, they are not like girls. They don't have a gender. That's what.
No, they are women. They are.
Okay.
Was this guy maybe is affected by LGBTQ business? This guy was in Jannah, they have non-binary? No. Some Muslims, some Muslims, Daniel, they will just make up anything. You know? No, they are women, but how they look is different. Like Prophet Muhammad said, the woman of paradise. But guess what? The Muslim woman, it will be more beautiful than the woman of paradise. Yes. So the woman of paradise, they will be jealous of the Muslim woman of this dunya. You understand? Do you have other question?
Not to them.
Oh, I don't want to forget.
Thank you.
Daniel, it was my pleasure talking to you. Hopefully I'll see you inshallah. This if you want to contact us, you can, it is here, email. You want to contact inshallah. Or do you have Instagram page?
Yeah, I have it.
This is our Instagram page. I'll show you. Like if you want to ask question, this is our Instagram page. This. That's that.
Okay.
Take picture of it, do not forget. These are our videos.
Yep.
Brothers, again, please blur his face. You don't want to be in the camera, yeah, blur his face. It's amana. Where is the brothers? Subhanallah, look, I was speaking to some, I'm an Arab, and I love my people, and I love the Muslims, yes, and I love good for the non-Muslims. When I speak to my people, they drive me crazy. We shout earlier on. When I give that, when I speak to you, we speak to some people, wallahi, I'm calm. You speak to the Arabs, Arabs, they love to shout and everything. I lost my voice. It was nice talking to you, Daniel. It's my pleasure. Inshallah, what I would advise you to do when you go home, just between you and yourself, pray to God. Say, oh God, guide me to the truth. Inshallah. All right, take care of yourself. Thanks. Thank you very much. أخي حبيبي حياك الله طلع.
جاي يسلم عليك.
بارك الله فيك.
الله يعطيك الف عافيه.
بارك الله فيك.
شكرا على الجهد.
آمين. بارك الله فيك حبيبي. الله جزاك الله خير. آمين. بارك الله فيك. إن شاء الله. بارك الله فيك. شكرا. السلام عليكم. يا أخي good. الحمد لله. I want to mention something in Arabic, because what happened earlier on, I was speaking this Arab who was just insulting each other. A'udhu billah, it was not good, man. Akhi, these guys, they leave their cameras and leave.
Mention campaign. And every video we're gonna put.
For a campaign, yes, my dear brothers and sisters. As you know, our mosque is behind a market, and the alleyway sometimes gets worse. So we're doing campaign to raise money for our new mosque. So please make sure to donate and spread the message. May Allah. Huh?
Link below.
Yeah, the link will be below in the what is it called it? Description box. Description box, yeah. Barakallah fikum. Yes, for the other one as well, we are raising money to buy a new masjid. Our masjid, subhanAllah, is small, the back of the alleyway. So make sure, check our, many people don't know my channel. My channel is Das Dawah, not as Dawah. These brothers record me, but my channel is not just me, Jamal Abu Kanza, and our brothers. Das Dawah. Barakallah, do Sunnah Dawah. Barakallah fikum. May Allah bless you, akhi. Jazakallah khair. خلاص نمشي. حبيبي تبارك الله سميت يا اخي. Where are you from, Baba?
Turkish.
Turkish, ما شاء الله. How's family? بارك الله